And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss player himself from the land of Denmark, representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the yellow Protoss player, the yellow Protoss player himself, the South Green Protoss representing Virtus Pro. It is a classic. Let's go. Let us go. We are going to be settling into our fresh series, the grand finals, grand finales. We have our PvP, and there's a lot to discuss in regards to MaxPax. So if you know anything about PvP and MaxPax, you know that he at one point had the best PvP in the world. This was around 2023, 2024 era of StarCraft. Then we had the big change, the battery change. If you remember, we used to have a very different shield battery, the shield battery overcharge. Now we have the NG overcharge instead. When that change happened, we saw a big change in regards to MaxPax's play overall. Not just that, then we had the NG overcharge nerf as well. So there were a couple of different changes that did impact MaxPax's PvP. Because of those changes, one, it meant that Oracle play was weaker in this matchup, and we do often see Stargate openers out of MaxPax. As Classic goes gate, oh wait, never mind, gate expand, Hyper Greed out of Classic. Let's go, right, let's go. Meanwhile, MaxPax going for his own gate into Cybercore into expansion. Later build here by MaxPax. Classic gets away with a greedier start. Oh boy. Now this is very common when it comes to Hero, MaxPax, and Classic. They often do, like in the past, back when in the era that I was referring to, it used to be the case where MaxPax was always the defender, always being greedy, and then players like Hero and Classic trying to all in. Nowadays, Hero and Classic over the past year, it's been around 12 months or even more than that, we've been seeing mixed in their own greedy builds and even out greeding and out macroing MaxPax as well. So PvP has taken a big kind of turn in recent years. MaxPax going for his own Stargate opener, and right now we have the dynamic of MaxPax needing to be the aggressor instead. He needs to punish Classic, and he can. We'll see if he will. Now the issue here as well is that Classic is going for his own Stargate follow-up, and Classic knows that MaxPax is very fond of Stargate play himself. He also scouts and confirms, so we should be entering Phoenix Wars. Now we spoke about this a couple of nights ago, if you remember. In Classic, he is not very fond of Phoenix Wars. He doesn't embrace it anywhere near as much as Showtime and Hero, for example. So even though it is Stargate versus Stargate, and even though we should be seeing Phoenixes, there's a very high chance that Classic deviates and throws down a Twilight Council and switches into Blink Stalkers. Very high chance of that happening. Whether or not he does, I mean, we'll see. Oracle first. Ooh, this is a bold move. MaxPax, he saw the Stargate. Do we take the risk? We do not. So, risky move here by MaxPax going Oracle first, despite knowing that his opponent did go for a Stargate. This is a big gamble here at a MaxPax. And we'll see if it pays off. Technically, if Classic can catch the Oracle first with a Phoenix, then Classic will come out ahead. But the Oracle's moving out, and Classic is not aware that it's Oracle first. In his mind, it could just be Phoenixes. Classic is waiting in his main. Battery at the natural. Classic will have time to react. Ooh, an F-second two-shot though. Sorry, they can one-shot. Here gets one. The Oracle does not dive in after the Phoenixes are revealed. Good call. It does commit. And MaxPax second Stargate. There we go. Second Stargate's on the way, so MaxPax is going into double Stargate mass Phoenix production. Meanwhile, Classic, does he also go for the second Stargate, or do we go into something different? He just scouted the main base. He did not see the second Stargate. He's not aware. So there's going to be a bigger Phoenix power spike here for MaxPax. It's going to hit earlier. Oracle into the main base, finds damage. Yeah, we just see Classic out of position. 1, 2, 3, 4 probe kills. Very nice damage. Classic did have the better economy, and this does help equalize. As Classic does move out. Classic does have a slight Phoenix lead, and there it is. We spoke about it at the beginning of the game. It's very common for Classic to do this. Bam, mass switch into Blink Stalker. It's very difficult to pull this off, but this is very much so like a Classic special. Like, he's known for this style. is getting out of Phoenix Wars and trying to switch into Blink Stalkers, and this often has mixed success. Like, it's it's very difficult to pull off. We have Stalker support as well. Oh my god. Here we have the Stalker. Phoenix count is even. Battery will help. Yeah, the battery is done, and Classic has to respect that battery. Classic, he still didn't scout the second Stargate, but he has to get out of here. He needs to leave before being overwhelmed. Classic pulls away. Blink is in production. Blink, Forge, extra gateways. And again, this can work, but only if MaxPax is passive, and he's not being passive. Yeah, MaxPax, he moves out. He's punishing, and I believe MaxPax, he should have the advantage here. Classic does catch some reinforcements, so okay, not bad. And gets our Phoenix. But MaxPax dives into the main base, getting into the economy. Probe's going to be going down. This is some heavy damage here for Classic. And he gets fully scouted. MaxPax knows. Yeah, he's fully aware. Both players using workers, though. And what is MaxPax's response? Immortal production. That's what he needs here. Immortals. With a high enough immortal count, he'll be fine against Stalkers. There's the recall back home. Classic, he needs to leave. Oh no, he gets caught. He's getting. Oh, it's gonna be close. He's getting caught out. Losing one. Yeah, losing one, losing two. Massive pickoffs, massive catch. Losing up to 3 Phoenixes. Yeah, Classic will call with his pants down. But here come the Stalker reinforcements, though. Oh my god. Still no blink. Still no blink. If blink was done, that would have been what? 3 Phoenixes going down. That would have been huge. Blink is done in 10 seconds. Classic is committed. The longer this game goes on, the more mortals there are going to be, the harder it's going to be here for Classic. So he is all in. I mean, I say that he does have a third behind this, but he's committed. Blinks into the main. Depowers the Stargates. It doesn't really matter too much. Trades with the Phoenixes. Gets 1, 2, 3 Phoenixes. The Immortal has arrived. He has to get out of here. He's got to leave. Oh, he can't leave. No. He's forced to engage. Trying to hold his own. And now forced out of the main base. That was how many? That was 5 Stalkers getting picked up. Stargates were not depowered. Going into Void Ray. So Immortal Void Ray here. Everything anti-Stalker. Now, Classic still has a lot to work with. He still has potential. But now there's soon going to be 2 Immortals. Gets half a Phoenix. Behind this, transitioning into charge lots. Meanwhile, double Void Ray production out of MaxPax. Again, this is just pure anti-Stalker. Mass Void Ray and Immortal. MaxPax going for the Ninja base as well. Let's go. Does go for the Ninja expand. Phoenixes, they bust in. Classic out of position. And it's go time. Again, Phoenixes, they reveal themselves across the map. We're going for the base trade. We're going across the map. Can we break through 2 Immortals, though? No. They cannot. 2 Immortals and 2 Void Rays. Classic cannot break this. Now, one of the other reasons why Classic is not pushing in is because he believes he's further ahead than he is. There is still a 3rd base on the way. Classic believes there isn't. Oof. As he bleeds out 10 more probes. Fleet Beacon is on the way. We can go into Flux Veins. Into Void Ray Speed. Here come the reinforcements. Again, going to Mass Zealot and Archon. Classic should deny this expansion, but remember, this base is not anywhere near as impactful. Phoenixes, they find 14 probe kills. He comes in. Nice the base. We need more than that. As you can see, MaxPax building up his death bull of an army. Classic is checking the vertical 3rd. Do you see? He did. He sees. Yeah, he sees the Ninja base, and with this, he will contain MaxPax. Big move here from Classic. Denies the expansion. And MaxPax now is in trouble. Now he's in trouble because now he's down to half the base count. Classic getting a fourth. Getting a fourth expansion. Classic maxing out. He's on the way. Let's see, he rotates over it. Oh. Does rotate. We'll see if we can deny the expansion. Kills the battery. Does force cancel the other. Yeah, denies the expansion. This is Classic's win condition. Just deny the base over and over again. Deny the expand. And Classic has this, 100%. He does have this. Still bleeding our probes. Oh, we have the mothership actually. Okay. Cloak is activated. Does activate Cloak. The army has to get the hell out of here. MaxPax is holding on. Flux Fane's on the way. Storm is an interesting choice. I think I'd prefer just a higher Archon count, to be honest, but sure, okay. Storm is a rare side against Protoss, and it helps a little bit, I suppose. I guess. I mean, Void Rays are prone to stacking, that is true. Classic again does commit. Storm is done. Storm is not done. We're gonna push in. We have how many Void Rays? 11. 11 Void Rays. But against this many Archons, I'll be honest, I don't see the Void Rays breaking through this. There's just so many Archons. Once they get within range, they can go to town. And here we go. Yeah, we do committed. Cloak is activated. The first Storm does zone. Just a zoning Storm. Oh. And another Storm once again zoning away. As I mentioned before, the army is prone to stacking. That's a little Stalkers going down. But he's slowly gaining ground. Yeah, another massive. Jesus, the Storms are crazy. They punch the Void Raid so much. Yeah, Prismatic Alignment is activated. Archons, they move in. Do we break through the Void Rays? And we're down to 3. Down to 3. Down to 2. Barely breaks through the Void Rays. Do we have enough Stalkers? We do. Yeah, there are enough Stalkers. GG gets called and Classic overwhelms. Classic takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A very intense back and forth here. Again, Classic, he is known for switching out of Phoenix Wars into Mass Wing Stalker. He was able to get away with it. Yes, he was losing a bunch of workers, but he was able to contain MaxPax. Contain him on 2 bases, ensure that he just could not expand, could not get a 3rd base, had the greater economy, larger army, better attack. GG. GG, well played. Hey. Classic takes the lead. I see Sneaky Snake in the chat. Why, the mute is OP now, or is this talk being overblown? What are you referring to? What? Are you referring to the PTR? I haven't heard anyone. I mean, I don't check Reddit, so I don't know if there's something weird happening on Reddit. Here we go. Here we go. We're getting into game 2. Whew. And again, Classic takes the lead, but that was a very unique game just because we did have the initial Phoenix opener. We'll see if we can, if our series leads us there again, or if we go into a different direction. As game 2 is going to be on Tourmaline, a much smaller map in the map pool, shorter distance by ground. We do expect to see hyper aggression in the early game, early all-ins. One base all-ins are much more common on Tourmaline, and that's what we expect. We'll see if we get there. Let's go. The new target acquisition buff. Oh, so you are referring to the PTR. I mean, that does help mutas. That is true. So they're going to be better. That is true. Does it make them OP? No. Like what we're referring to here is like the ability of mutas when they go in, like their glaives bouncing and automatically targeting, like say a High Templar over like a Zealot or over like a Stalker or something like that. So there's potential to maybe get a little bit more damage that way. So it is better in that sense. But when you're like engaging with an army like that, you're gonna be attacking and targeting High Templar anyway. So it is a buff. I don't think anyone's calling it OP. I don't think I've heard anyone say that. But they are going to be better for sure. Better by much? I don't think so. But here we go. Here we go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the red Protoss player. We have the red Protoss himself, the green Protoss representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. Let's go. Let us go. I think what I should say though, regarding anything in the PTR is that, I mean, we just have to wait and see when it comes to more games on the PTR. I'll be honest, we've casted a couple of PTR tournaments and I have yet to experience any muta play. The games have not gotten there, so I can't say with certainty, to be fair, like how impactful that's going to be, because I haven't necessarily seen that dynamic with the new Mutalisk. I can't imagine it is going to be stronger, that is true. I can't imagine it'll be too much better though, but we'll wait and see when it comes to seeing more games played and more situations with the new Mutalisk. But otherwise, Classic going for the proxy, going for the one base all-in. No surprises here, as you mentioned. Tourmaline is a very small map, does favor aggression, waiting for the Cybercore, and now we can go for our proxy across the map. We're expecting Robo, but we'll keep an eye on Classic. Gateway. He did go Warp Gate first. So Warp Gate first into our proxy gateway across the map. Meanwhile, MaxPax going for his own 2-gate opener. Okay, this is a rare sight. If you know anything about MaxPax, 2-gate openers are insanely rare. This is a 2-gate opener into a Robo. Hyper safe play out of MaxPax. And Classic goes up the ramp. He sees lack of expand. He sees the 2-gate opener as well. And I do have to favor MaxPax in this position. This is just hyper safe play out of our blue Protoss player, and very rare play as well. Again, to see that MaxPax is forced to play 2-gate, I mean, again, like, this is almost never seen, and he's even going for a 1-base all-in. Let's go. MaxPax, you know what he's playing like? He's playing like Classic. He's playing like Hero. He's playing like a Protoss player. Let's go. Let's go. He's learning, Pappy. So 1-base all-in out of MaxPax, and I do favor MaxPax in this kind of position when it comes to our builds of choice. Classic going to be down in tech. Is this just a build order win? Assuming that Classic doesn't expand. Okay, he's expanding. But I don't know if Classic can stop this. Know what that Nexus. The issue here is that Classic doesn't know there's a Robo, right? Classic doesn't know how committed MaxPax is. In his mind, it could be a Stargate. Yeah, Nexus on the way, so late tech, late Twilight Council, Robo, Stargate. Classic is in trouble. Yeah, MaxPax, he reveals his Immortal. He reveals. Gets one Stalker so far. Keeps on pushing. Classic has to get the hell out of here. He can try to, there we go, trigger the shields. Triggers the shields. He does not catch the Immortal though. The Immortal slips away. Classic does have the high ground, free damage. Getting free damage. We're trying to come in from behind. Can we go on top of the Immortal though? Does get low. But MaxPax here with juggling, he should take the fight, and he will. MaxPax is overwhelming, catching out the proxy gateway. And pylon goes down, gateway gets denied. Stargate's on the way back at home, but this target is so late. Such a late Stargate. And MaxPax, he snowballs out of control. Again, as you mentioned, just build it or win. Like there's and partially because Classic did not scout the main, right? He didn't scout the main base, he was not aware as to what was going on. And also, it's quite rare to see MaxPax go 2-gate as an opener, so I don't blame Classic for this kind of position, but yeah, he got caught out. He got caught, Pappy. Nice force fields. 1, 2 dead stalkers. Down to 5. Batteries will help, but that's what the Immortal's for. And just powering through that army. Batteries are almost out of energy. Some messy juggling at a MaxPax, but he should still break through. As here come the reinforcements, here come the war pins. Batteries are now a non-factor. And we have a series. We have a back and forth. GG gets called. MaxPax takes game number 2. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, a build to win here from MaxPax, but I should also emphasize that it's just a really rare sight to see MaxPax go 2-gate. Very, very rare to see that. So Classic, I'm sure, was completely caught off guard by the idea of MaxPax opening up 2-gate, but this does make sense on Tourmaline specifically because this map favors aggression so much. Going for a 2-gate opener and responding with a robo on one base as well makes plenty of sense. So a nice kind of mind game win there from MaxPax. GG. He metagames, fam. Does metagame, and now we're getting to game number 3. Let's go. We're going to be jumping into Title Citadel to see who takes the lead in the series. Jumping into Title. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Title Citadel, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss player himself. We have the Danish Protoss tying up the series 1-1 in that last game, showcasing that he can play 2 gates. It is MaxPax. I'm sure that'll be the only time we see it in this series, but he showed it. At spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the yellow Protoss player representing Protoss Pro. It is Classic. Let's go. I have an assignment due tomorrow and I haven't started yet. Start the assignment. What are you doing? Get out of here. How many games are left? This is a best of 5. Best of 5. This is the final series. Potentially 2 or 3 games left, depending on whether we go all the way to the ace match. 2 or 3 games. Whether we go the distance or not. So now we do open up. 2-gate opener out of Classic. Oh, 2-gate opener, 2 games. MaxPax, he's been broken. Let's go. MaxPax no longer going for the MaxPax opener. 2-gate opener, 2 games in a row. Okay, MaxPax, you have my attention. You have my attention here. This would be a very strong setup against a proxy, but as we can see, there is no proxy. MaxPax scouts across the map. Classic does hide a second pylon inside of the main, so cheeky moves here by Classic. Very cheeky. MaxPax, he should check just in case, but we'll see. Otherwise, this might force an overreaction. As the Cybercore is done, is MaxPax tempted to go for the Robo? Does spot the 3rd pylon. And MaxPax, no fear, he sets up on the low ground. And no fear, Classic confirms a 2-gate opener. Stargate before expand. And what's important, do you know what Classic just did? He scouted and he responds with his own Stargate. So Classic should be opening up Phoenixes. and we might end up in Phoenix Wars again. But the goal here, the point is that MaxPax doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know that there's a Stargate back at home, so MaxPax should open up Oracle instead, and that would be a builder, like, it'd be a better start, a stronger start for Classic, assuming he catches the Oracle. That's the assumption. If he misses it, then MaxPax can take a lead. And Classic knows that there's a very high chance that an Oracle is coming. I'd have to say threaten a shade. But no kills. Kills, no pickups. There's that Oracle first, as we mentioned, and there's the Phoenix first out of Classic. And again, it's on Classic to catch out that Oracle. Can he catch him? Can he catch him out? Adept's ready for a backstab. Is going to be a Void Ray after the Oracle as well. I mean, again, MaxPax still doesn't... He might still think it's an all-in. He still doesn't know what's going on. So, misread out of MaxPax. MaxPax will not confirm that there is a base. There's no all-in. Phoenix, they reveal themselves and they catch out the first Oracle. And do we recall in time? Ooh, dude, does not recall in time. Waves of a recall with that. Phoenix production has begun back at home, but Phoenix production is heavily delayed. He starts a second Oracle. He knows it's too late. He knows it's too late to go into Phoenix's. Oh no, Adepts, they bust into the main. Probes are going to be going down. Critical damage, getting up to 1, 2, up to 3 probes. Yeah, Deptry on the low ground as well. Oh, getting up to 4 probe kills. 5 even. Aye, 5, 6? 5, okay. 5 probes going down. MaxPax is hurting. Did Classic spot the Oracle? He did. So he knows that a second Oracle is coming. Oh, wait. Yeah. He's aware. So you can see Classic is on patrol. Looking for the Oracle. And likewise, he's going for that switch into Blink Stalkers, which again, Classic is known for. We brought this up previously in the series when we initially saw the Phoenix Wars out of Classic. He's very fond of switching out of Phoenix Wars and bam into Blink Stalkers to the point where he has faster Blink than MaxPax, which is crazy. Phoenix, as they do fan outs, finds the Oracle. Yeah, it does find him. The Phoenix, as they race back home, but is it too late? Stalker's also in position. Recall should be on cooldown, and that is going to be 2 Oracles going down for what? For 3? 4 probes? I mean, there's damage being done at the natural. Okay. 5 probes. The Oracle did serve as a distraction. Decent damage. MaxPax takes a worker lead, but tech-wise is behind. As MaxPax does set up a proxy across the map. This was a messy defense out of Classic. True. Messy defense. Classic is being active. Pokes in, spots all the Stalkers, confirming that it is going to be a Blink transition. Oh. Oh, when behind, Dark Shrine. I do like this. Dark Shrine all the way for MaxPax. Unfortunately, there's already a robo. There's already a detection. Already. Dark Shrine, though, is almost done, and that proxy is getting up and running. The DTs are coming. They're coming. The Observer is stationed here at the natural, though, so we'll see if it stays here. Phoenix, as they get further in. Losing 1? Not losing any, actually. That's a lot of probes going down, getting up to 6 probe kills. And MaxPax, he commits across the map. He commits. He's coming. Batteries are on the way. No battery at the natural, which is a concern. Dark Templar, they do waddle in. Classic does confirm. So Classic is in position, more or less, as he rotates to the 3rd base. Rotates to the 3rd. Oh, does go for the dive. Yeah, massive dive. Phoenix, they do lift as well, and Classic, he should overwhelm. I say that I believe there are more soldiers for MaxPax. Yeah, there are slightly more. And we're fighting without batteries. Fighting without batteries here. It's a very close fight. We have some reinforcements on the way. But MaxPax is overwhelming. Again, Classic. He was just a little bit too cavalier here. Yeah, Classic, he needs more reinforcements. He needs more weapons. As you mentioned, like, lack of battery at the natural was very, very greedy. Very greedy here from Classic. To the point where he might be broken. It might be too much. Oof. Yeah, still close here. MaxPax still has the lead. Just barely. But Classic has the high ground. The Immortal has arrived. Whew, and Classic holds. Hey. Classic, he does barely hold on. He gets away with a better economy. MaxPax's own base is only halfway done. MaxPax falling further behind. That was it. Like, that was his moment. There was a small window in time here where it was like almost 2 minutes of time where MaxPax had the larger army. Not anymore. Now he's down in army. Now he's down in economy. I do like this rotation. As MaxPax does get a free Phoenix. Oh, not quite. Gets a pylon. Gets a pylon. Doesn't quite catch a Phoenix. But again, some okay damage here in favor of MaxPax. Did bleed out a lot of Stalkers, though. And this game is looking dire for MaxPax. DTs, they weren't worth it either, right? That was kind of dead supply. Or dead tech. We can always try to go in with more Dark Templar. Now they're stuck with Stalkers. Limited gas income. Oof. Classic does give chase. Is not aware of the proxy yet. Oof. The punishing, though. Yeah, some crazy punishing. Does finally confirm the proxy as well. At the same time, it updates shade into the mineral line. Stalkers are in position. Nice control out of Classic. Pulls away in time. Again, Classic is holding. The Oracle here is another form of desperation, another form of attempted damage across the map. And Classic should soon move out, and he does. There's not much to stop him. Considering the quality of the army, referring to the Immortals, referring to the economy, the size of the army. Classic now up in Stalkers. Does put the bat. Ooh. Prism does go down. Nice pickup. Nice pickup out of MaxPax. That may scare Classic away. As he has to rebuild that War Prism. Miscontrol out of Classic. At the same time, the Oracle moves out. Has potential to catch transferring workers. Ooh. Let's cancel on the 4th base. The Oracle moves in. Nothing at home to defend. Classic. Getting messy. But he has reinforcements. Yeah, he has weapons available. Oof. Catching at the Oracle. Jesus. Yo, Classic, we gotta look after our War Prisms. The first thing to go down again. God damn it. Prism goes down, no reinforcements. Once again, that may scare Classic off. And it does. As he has to rebuild the Prism for the 3rd time. Like, MaxPax should be dead here. Like, Classic should just be able to aim move in. But every single time, the first thing to go down is the Prism. So he's forced back home. Feels War Prism, man. Classic, look after your boy, back. Look after him. DT rolls in. Look after your Prism. Ah. There we go. 3rd Prism. Let's go. This time, let's not aim it in. At the same time, Zelarama will distract. Classic turns around, even recalls back home. Once again is delayed. This is giving MaxPax a lot of time, and due to the recall, MaxPax, he can strike the fourth. Yeah, Classic out of position. Racing back over. It does try to race back. This expansion may just go down. And nice pick up for the Nexus. The Prism just died. It died again, by the way. The Prism just aimed into the... Classic. Por favor. The third Prism goes down. We got a fourth Prism on the way. With supply blocks. Classic is losing his lead, by the way. He just lost 11 workers. He just lost his Prism again. Now down in economy. There's a recall. Classic, we need to find some damage soon. Fourth time's the charm. God damn it. As Classic is still finding a way in. And pushing it on both fronts, winning on both fronts as well. Batteries out of energy. The Immortal's going to be focused down. Nice focus firing here by MaxPax. Does catch the Immortal, but he will lose the fourth. Yeah, the fourth base is broken. Reinforcements, they take a long time to get across the map. Here comes the fourth Prism. It's coming. Do we get up to 5 Prisms? Do we? Yeah, as Classic does overwhelm coming from behind, and finally he breaks through the main army. Even without a War Prism, he can just push through. GG gets called, and Classic takes the 2-1 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Once again, just a very rough start for MaxPax, winding it all the way back. At MaxPax, he had almost a build order loss. I don't know if I want to go that far, but if you recall, essentially, MaxPax, he didn't scout the second pylon. He didn't know what was going on. He went for a Stargate opener, but he didn't see what his opponent was up to. Meanwhile, Classic did, so Classic went for a Stargate opener himself into Phoenixes. With that, he was able to hard counter the Oracle. We saw that MaxPax went for a Void Ray after the Oracle as well, so even a worse follow-up. So he was expecting hyper-aggression, he was expecting a proxy or a robot-based opener, not a Stargate. And when it came to the openers, MaxPax fell behind. He fell behind from the beginning, and he never quite recovered. GG. As he bled out a lot of workers, he was down in tech, behind in blink. We did mention, of course, that MaxPax had one strong moment in this game, and that's when he pushed out on 3 bases, and when he moved out with a heavier Stalker count to try to kill Classic. And he was forcing his way up the ramp. He was out trading, actually, like he was overwhelming, but it lasted too long. It took too long. In the end, Classic was able to reinforce, build up his Stalker count, get his Immortal, and after that defense, it was more or less smooth sailings from Classic. I say more or less because he just kept losing his War Prism, and that just delayed him for quite some time. But GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game number 4. Classic, he is 1 game away from claiming the series. We'll see if MaxPax can force the ace match. Let's go. Can he force it? As we had jumped to game number 4. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. Representing System Gaming down in the series. Can he bounce back? Can he force game 5? It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss player himself. Oh. Representing Protoss Pro, it is a Classic. Let's go. Let us go. Why didn't Protoss invent the Darker Templar? I mean, technically, isn't that like a Tal'Darim Dark Templar? Would that count as a Darker Templar? Maybe. Aye. So settling into our game. So far, we've had 2 games so far in a row of MaxPax going for 2 gate openers. We'll see if that trend continues as we load into Ruby Rock. Smaller map in the map pool, shorter rush distance by ground. It would make sense to go for a 2 gate opener, but at the same time, MaxPax has had mixed success with it. Yeah, let's go. 2 gate opener. MaxPax, he's playing like a Protoss player. It's crazy. He's playing like everyone else. I mean, again, I feel like you have to on these smaller maps. I appreciate that MaxPax, he isn't being stubborn and he doesn't try to go for the MaxPax opener on these more aggressive maps. We appreciate it. Oh, hello. And Classic setting up for the proxy, but as we mentioned, MaxPax is not being greedy. It's not being greedy. It's a bit of a risk, a bit of a gamble. Classic is assuming that, hey, 2 games in a row, you went for a 2-gate opener. No shot you go for it 3 games in a row, right? No shot. Well, the answer is yes. Waiting for the Cybercore. Is a prime location for a proxy robo. Yep, proxy robo 1 base all in, and MaxPax, does he probe scout? He does. Yeah, MaxPax, he does probe scout, he does confirm that a pilot is missing, and does MaxPax blindly go for a defensive robo? Oh, he's setting up on the low ground. This is better for Classic. MaxPax, he scouts here on the top side. He so far is not rallied in. He does go for a Stargate opener. That's okay. He can make a Void Ray, he can make a Phoenix. It's okay. Classic, he's aware, he does confirm. 2-gate into Stargate. So Classic should eventually get a battery in the mineral line. And here comes the Prism, here comes the all-in. As is that 3rd gateway. So we have confirmation that Classic is 1 base all-in. MaxPax expands. Ooh, blindly as well. Again, MaxPax, he has not found the pylon. He doesn't know what's going on. MaxPax is taking a big risk here. And this is ideal for Classic. This is ideal. Basically, Classic, he has not scattered what's going on. He does not know, but he's just gambling. He's just gambling and hoping that Classic is not going for an all-in. Throwing down another battery. Classic has recognized that this is an all. Yeah, he now knows. I was like, okay, let's go. he's gonna try to make a stand. Now, the scary thing about a proxy robo, especially War Prism first, is that Classic, he can strike the natural, which is where we have 3 batteries, or he can lift and rotate into the main instead, where there are 0 batteries to defend. That's the issue here. Classic moves in. There's 3 batteries. Classic cannot break this. He's gonna try. And now he sees. Does spot all the batteries. Does have some nice juggling though. True. Nice juggling, but he cannot break through this. Yeah, Stalkers, they hold their own. Classic, he gambled himself. Oh my god, the juggling though. The control. He did burn through a lot of energy. That is true. Now there's a Void Ray. Yeah, now there's a Void Ray. Again, Classic, he chose to blindly commit into the natural. And this is looking better for MaxPax. MaxPax now getting up to 4 batteries and 2 Void Rays. I do like the battery in the main, just in case. Looking good for MaxPax. Looking good. Ooh, and no shot, we back up and expand. Classic. The longer this goes on, the better it is for MaxPax, by the way. So Classic turns around, picking up the Stalker. Getting whatever he can. And it's looking rough. Like, I'll be honest, like, I don't see this army of Classic breaking 5 batteries. That's 5 shield batteries. That's insane. 5 batteries and 2 Void Rays. Classic, now he does threaten to dive into the main, but I think it's too late at this point. Yeah, he's going to still push into the natural. We'll see if he can. I think best case scenario, he baits the army a little bit further out, and then he can engage without some of the batteries affecting this fight. But Classic should not be baited. Should not be baited. So far, does lock him in. Oof. Oh my god, the punish is real. Very nice force fields. Force fields, they lock down the Stalkers. That was what? That was 3 Stalkers going down. Down to 13. Voids are being pulled. Classic looking for a better angle. But again, these Warders are not being broken. Yeah, they're not being broken. One Warder finally goes down, but Classic gets shut down. MaxPax holds. MaxPax actually does hold on. Again, Classics with a big risk early on. GG, and we are going to the ace match. GG, well played. We're going all the way to game number 5. Once again, winding it back, Classic, he had the option to go into the main base early on, at the very beginning. He had the option to, he chose to push into the natural and commit. To be fair, he didn't know how many batteries there were, and he slowly found that out. Like, initially he pushed in, he saw like the energy from one of the batteries. He's like, oh, there's only one battery. Kept pushing. Oh, actually there's 2 batteries. Kept pushing. Ah, there's 3. And he just had so much wasted DPS at that natural base. He sustained a lot of hull damage, and from that moment on, that was game. That was game then and there. MaxPax, he successfully held. He baited Classic into pushing into 3 batteries, and with that, GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going all the way to the ace match. We're getting to the ace match. We're going to be loading into 10,000 feet. Let's go. So far, we've had 2 gate openers at a MaxPax 3 games in a row. Do we go for all 4? Do we keep going? Does he keep it up? As spawning in the top left-hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming, forcing the ace match, bringing us back from the brink. He was down 2-0, by the way, winning 2 games in a row. It is MaxPax. Oh wait, no, sorry, we had a back and forth. My apologies. Had a back and forth. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the yellow Protoss player. We have the South Green Protoss Virtus Pro. It is Classic. But we have had that back and forth. First Classic, then MaxPax, Classic, then MaxPax once again. Technically, it is Classic's turn to win. That is true. But I'm curious about the opener itself. We are loading into 10,000 feet. This is a much more difficult map to go for, say, Proxy Robo into Prism on. So, are we tempted to go for the gate expand? Second gas. Does get a second gas, guys. It looks like a 2-gate opener. There's the second gateway for Classic. Ah, no second gateway for MaxPax. Okay, we're going back to basics here. Gate, Cyber, Expand. Greedy build out of MaxPax. This would have been the ideal position for Classic to 1 base all in. And he's going for a fake pylon. Yeah, fake pylon, fake proxy out of Classic. I mean, this is better than not, right? This is better than just going for a standard opener, given the context of the entire series. Let's go for the pylon. Based on the rally here, based on the patrol, we might still go for a proxy Stargate at least, but not a robo. It's too far away. Warp gate does begin. Stargate open out of MaxPax. Stargate before Nexus. Do we go for a 3rd gateway? Nah, there we go. Stargate. Gonna be a later Stargate here by Classic. Later Stargate. MaxPax still searching for the pylon. Again, MaxPax, he knows that the pylon is missing. MaxPax not afraid to expand. And who do we favor here? So MaxPax does have the faster tech, does have the faster Stargate, and of course a faster expansion as well. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on Classic to get some damage done. Classic is not all in, but he does need to find damage to equalize. Otherwise, he's just playing from behind. So it's on the Adepts and it's on the initial Oracle. It's on the Oracle. The Oracle does move out. Classic does open Phoenix first. Okay. Does go Phoenix first. We've been here before, but if we can catch out the first Oracle, then Classic will take a lead. But he does have to catch the Oracle.
Your probes are under attack.
And he will. Yeah, massive catch. I believe we can recall in time. It's only 2 Phoenixes, so recall will complete. We need 3 Phoenixes to kill the Oracle in time. So at least MaxPax does keep it alive. Does keep the Oracle alive. Shading into the main. Doesn't find much damage. Behind this, we do have, once again, our Twilight Council into Blink transition. We've seen this now 3 times in this series, going Phoenix into Blink. For the 3rd time. And this time, MaxPax also does go for his own transition, but it's going to be slightly later as well. But also working towards Blink Stalkers. The Oracle moves out for a 2nd time, still looking for some damage. Stalkers in position at the natural. Phoenixes as well. Who here too? Yeah, the Oracle gets shut down. Gets 3 probes though. Gets 3 probes. So at least has a bit of a trade and somewhat pays for itself. It's still a better trade for Classic, but yeah, at least MaxPax gets something. Okay, Classic the first to expand. Takes his 3rd base. At the same time, remember, Classic, he does have the larger Stalker army. Slightly. Proxy Pylon as well. MaxPax, he moves out. As he moves out, we have Classic moving in. He wants the 4th, and sorry, the 3rd, and he's going to get it. He's getting a lot of damage. Meanwhile, MaxPax does turn back around. Better engagement from MaxPax. He does get himself the first Phoenix. Oof. Yeah, 1 Phoenix goes down. They do end up trading here. Okay, better reinforcements for Classic. Does push in. And Blink will finish in time in the middle of this fight. Blink will finish in the middle. Classic claiming his own 3rd. Does force a cancel. Better economy for Classic. And he keeps reinforcing. Does keep warping in. Blink is done in 3 seconds. And we have to make use of it. That window is small. It's a small window here, and MaxPax, he does catch up. So missed opportunity. In the end, we commit in. Classic does he blink forward. He's tempted. Oof. We'll lose a Phoenix. There we go. Blinks forward. He gets 2 Stalkers in the process. Just the 1. Clutch moves there by MaxPax. Yeah, the Phoenix does tank. Classic does have a slight edge here. Yeah, he's got more HP. Better concave as well. Better fight for Classic. MaxPax has to pull the boys. Yeah, forced to pull the boys. Desperation here by MaxPax. Nice target fire out of Classic. Does target fire. He still has the faster 3rd. And MaxPax is falling further behind. He's falling further behind here. Ay. Again, Classic, you can't beat him at his own game. That Blink transition after Phoenixes. That's where Classic thrives, bad. True. Is where he thrives. He was able to be the aggressor this game. 1 more volley. That's a cancel. He could afford to tank extra shots. He could afford it. Once again, more boys being pulled. MaxPax cannot fight head on just with pure Stalkers. And he'll bleed out even more probes. And with reinforcements coming in, Classic, he has done it. He has broken MaxPax. He has done it. Still kiting back. And behind this, just freely mining. Just freely mining from his own 3rd. Again, better economy, better army, or larger army, I should say. MaxPax trying to hold his own, doing what he can. Down to 9 Stalkers. Does catch 1. Oh, they trade. They trade 1-1. They trade 1-2. Once again, better trade for Classic. MaxPax, he warps in across the map, hoping for some damage. He might find some damage here if we don't have a defensive warp in. MaxPax doing what he can, but GG. Yeah, GG gets called. Classic will claim the series 3-2, becoming the WardiTV Monday number 83 champion. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Classic, he will claim the series, but a shout to MaxPax. Like, usually matches, especially in current StarCraft and current era, like, they're a little bit more in favor of Classic and Hero, so to see MaxPax go all the way to the ace match was very impressive. Not just that, but really cool to see MaxPax indulging in and embracing 2 gate openers. If you know anything about MaxPax, for like a solid 3 to 4 years, MaxPax, he never went for 2 gate openers. It was just never seen. But in recent times, the quote-unquote MaxPax opener has been nerfed, is weaker than what it once was, so we do see here that on specific, especially smaller maps, MaxPax has been forced to go into 2 gate openers, into quote-unquote like standard openers and playing like everyone else, instead of cutting corners like he used to. So he's been forced to adjust, forced to adapt to the meta, and was able to have some success with it. He was able to have a lot of success actually going for those 2 gate openers and being able to punish Classic for blindly going for all-ins and punish some of the aggression as well, and have that back and forth. GG. GG, well played. So again, look forward to see how MaxPax's PvP improves and evolves over time, of course, as always. Otherwise, congratulations to Classic for claiming the series. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations. Ooh, and that does wrap up our morning broadcast. Quickly catching up with the rest of the bracket here. Let's go. I say bracket, catching up with the rest of the schedule. We just wrapped up with the morning broadcast of the WardiTV Monday. Later on tonight, this evening, we're going to be live with Kung Fu Cup. We're going to be covering Kung Fu Cup as well. We have some more WardiTV action tomorrow morning, then some StarCraft Evolution League on Saturday, and some GSL on Sunday. That is going to be the live cast of the GSL semifinals and grand finals. That is this weekend. Let's go. That is going to be this weekend. So a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft. If you're looking at this schedule being like, hold on, why are there so many Wardi casts this week? It's because we do have a backlog of Wardi casts because of all the GSL and RSL and our own tournaments. There's just been a lot of StarCraft going on recently. We just have not had the time to follow the WardiTV events as often as we do. So we have a backlog. We have a backlog of replays and a backlog of tournament broadcasts. So we're catching up. And the goal is to catch up in time for the patch to go live, ideally. So we can just kind of like wrap up all the current patch tournaments before the patch goes live and before we move on into the next kind of phase of StarCraft. That's the hope, at least. That's the hope. So we still have a backlog of Brazilian tournaments, of Wardi events, and of StarCraft Evolution League as well, but we're slowly catching up. Slowly catching up. And again, we have the rest of our weekly schedule. We'll see you guys later on tonight. That's going to be in around 8 hours time. Sorry, 7 hours. In 7 hours time, we're going to be live with Kung Fu Cup, or 24 hours for some more WardiTV action. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the support. We appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. Look after yourselves. And look forward to GSL this weekend. And also Maestros of the game. True. Maestros is also ongoing. We also have to eventually have to catch up with Maestros and with Home Story Cup as well. We'll get around to it eventually, Pappy, eventually. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. You can also support us if you wish via following us on all the socials, !socials in the chat, and you can also follow us via all of the by Patreon. If you want to support us monetarily, you can do so via the Patreon. Our Patreon does fund our tournaments on a regular basis. So if you want to support the Sparkling Tunic Cup, the Duckling Open, and the Swan Open, all funded via Patreon. So if you wish, links are there. You can support us. You can support the tournament scene. Otherwise, you can also donate as well. We did recently have a bit of a bunny scare, have some pet bunnies, and we did have to rush to the hospital last week. That's why we did cast a little bit less. Sorry, that's why we did not cast the RSL finals. I do apologize. We did not cast the RSL finals just because otherwise, that there were other IRL things going on. So if you want to help us out, you can do so there as well. Otherwise, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. And we'll see you guys next time. See you next time. Until then, ciao. Papi, ciao. Hasta luego.